Hey guys, what is up? Bring me the boa here, and due to some videos getting corrupted in the process of me trying to upload them, this is actually a re-recording, so some of the videos might also come out of order, because again I had to record them because Windows decided to update while I was while I was uploading videos. And about half of the videos got corrupted and got to restart. So this is the Toffee belly comparison video which is what I've just decided I'm going to do whenever I have a new Hognose morph, or if I get something new out of any of my pairings, I will show off basically how it is different from a normal, and then as well as the parents once I get to that stage. But for now, it's just comparing and contrasting the morphs I currently have. So this one is, like I said, the Toffee belly video, which in the first recording of this, I just randomly decided to name him Tiber, like Tiber Septim, who is the one of the epic emperors of the Empire in the Elder Scrolls games, and then there's also the Tiber River, but it's going to be spelled Tiber. So it's going to be based off of the one in the Elder Scrolls. Which, wow, I have a lot of names from the Elder Scrolls, but where is he? He was just out, and then he just decided to hide. He does this every time. There he is. I also think he's going into shed, which is something that will affect his colors a bit. They will be a little bit more muted. Not quite as bright and as vibrant as they usually are. There you are. So, oh yeah, he is in shed. He's looking actually really cool. So I'll give you a close-up. So a lot of breeders and people in the reptile hobby, which is also part of the reason why his skin looks a little baggy right now, is because he's in shed. But people in the hobby, in the reptile hobby, and who own snakes and reptiles, more so with snakes, they like to say that their snake is in blue. The reason why a lot of people say that is because there's a buildup of oil. If I can get him to stand still, if you look at his eyes, they look blue gray. Can you please cooperate? There, like a blue gray color on his eyes. And then his belly also does not quite have that same brown as it usually does. It's more of a bluish gray overtone on the brown. That is because he's currently going into shed, which you'll notice he's flicking his tongue way more than he usually does. It is because his sight is heavily impaired while he's in blue. But this is what you call in blue, is when your snake is in shed. It is a term you're probably going to hear me mention multiple times in general, just because I also have some other videos I'm going to have to make involving snakes that are in shed. But so this is him on his own, not being compared to anything, in blue. So obviously he's going to look different than he normally does, with his colors being a lot more muted. I will say, I like the colors on his face a little bit more in blue, just because they are really muted and really light colored. And his little snout, his little rostral scale is actually edged in white, which is just because it's the old skin on top of the new skin. But so for the first comparison, I am actually going to compare him to an albino. That is the correct way to say it in English, if I could English correct. And obviously the only albino I have is Percy, so hi. That's who's getting compared. Now I'm going to put them on top of each other just so you can see like a direct difference. This is the Toffee belly, this is the albino gene. Now they both have very decreased amounts of melanin, but you can obviously tell there is a difference. And then albinos get complicated because there are T positive and T negative albinos. I'll be going into that in a later video. But that's these two compared to each other. You also will note it, well, not right now, but normally for Tiber, you can notice that he has a brown iris. I don't know why I was blanking on that word. A brown iris with a black pupil. And as you can see, Percy over here has an orange iris with a red pupil. So that's one way to easily distinct albinos from other things. And I'll go into the difference between albinos and leucistics in a later video. Oh, hey, he's doing his little puffing. So that little puffing and twitching is actually a mating display. All of my boys, except for well, I shouldn't say all, half of my boys are like, yeah, it's time to make babies. And the problem is so these two boys actually will be mating with the same female, not at the same time though. Because I need to first test if she is het albino, but it'll be to Azura, and that'll be Percy right here. But then the season after that, because Percy is putting on quite a bit of grams, so he should be ready next season. But then after next season, I'm going to breed my Toffee belly to Azura to get some nice het toxics potentially out of it. But so yeah, that's these two compared. And then to add to the mix, like I said, normal. Dang. Every time, I swear, I'm like trying to record, and they're just like, we're gonna hide. Because she was out earlier, she was sassing me. Oh, she literally just went under. She's right here. You gonna be sassy? Here's a female. But she's not breeding size, by the way. I know that. But she'll actually be close to breeding size next breeding season as well. But wow, he has a really big head. I just noticed Tiber has a really big head compared to these two. So he's actually probably older than they are. But or at least he's grown a lot more efficiently. But so here's the all three: Toffee belly, albino, normal. Actually, I'll put it this way so it's in a gradient of decreasing amounts of melanin, or not. I will put Percy back in his bin right here. I'll have these two. So this is Andromeda. She is a normal morph. So this is a comparison now between the normal and the Toffee belly. You can see that the Toffee belly is much lighter in comparison. And then obviously she has black and yellow on her stomach, whereas he has pretty much entirely brown, which is the Toffee belly trait. It lightens the color of the stomach. And you can mix that trait with other traits to get some interesting and striking combos. So and plus they're not very common from what I've heard here in the US for some reason. So that was just another reason why I picked them up. I'm kind of sad though, you can't see some of the reds on his side right here very well, just because he's in shed. But by the time I get around to doing the weigh-in number 2, because first time filming this, wasn't sure I was going to do it. The second time, this time around filming it, I already have filmed it, so it's going to be up. Weirdly enough, I already titled it Weekly Weigh-In number 1, because I'm going to get into the habit of at least having it up once a week, just as like an update and to show you guys like the importance of keeping weight records. This is the little book I've been keeping their weights in, and then there's a notebook under that that has some future plans for content, but that's pretty much it for this video. It's just a small comparison, because the first video I ended up dragging out to almost 20 minutes, getting really in depth, and I'm like, you know what, that's probably really boring, and I don't want to be like that guy on YouTube, like, oh, I'm gonna watch it just because it's boring. But so it was like a ending shot. Come here, Percy. I will do just, handful of snakes, handful of noodles, which is pretty much what I did the first time around. But this has been Bring Me the Boa. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the content, don't forget to hit that bell notification button as well as subscribe. And comment what videos you'd like to see in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching.